that was the bolt, or the nut is 7/30 seconds. So 0.21, it was 0.41, so 5/8 would give us enough for a screw. So first I'm going to go back here. I'm just going to rename this nut. And then I'm going to copy that in my projects. So folders, I'm going to go find my project. Come on. There it is. I'm just going to copy that in my project folder. So now in my project folder I have that SAT file, I have my assembly file, and I saved my assembly now, and the parts. So I'll just come back here, go back to the main page, screws and bolts. Now I wanted a 1/4-20 panhead Phillips. I'm going to go machine screws, pan, just regular old pan, Phillips, for 20. My length, I want at least 5/8. 5/8. And
5/8 was just the nut. Don't you got to go through the two plates?
well, I already measured that. That was 0.41.
0.418.
And then the
3/8.
nut was 0.21. So that's 0.62, right? 5/8 is 0.625.
165.
So that's plenty.
What about a washer?
I'm not using no washers.
No washers on metal. Only on wood.
No, you use washable metal.
We don't.
Yeah, you do.
The lock washers.
It's a washer, right?
Washer and that's,
And you use standard washers too.
we usually use both.
So,
Yeah, lock washer and washer too.
yeah, because the washer spreads out the force on it. So now I'm going to go here, download, 3D SAT, save it, save it. Now I'll just go back to that, and then find that one. Screw. Now I'll just copy that back to my project also. So now I've got the nut and the screw. So now I can go back into Inventor, place. Now right here under file type, I'm going to pick that and go down to SAT. There's my nut and screw. So I'll pick on that screw, drop in 2 of them, place, nut, 2 of them. Now watch what happens when I hit save. Save. This box comes up. Whenever in an assembly, this box will usually come up. It'll list all the different files that you have open and whether or not you've made changes to them. So if you've made a change to a part in the assembly, it'll ask you to save it. So right here, what it's doing, it's going to be saving those 2 parts. Say OK. Now it saves those. So if I look at my have imported components, why didn't it save the other one? It told me it was one somewhere else, didn't it? I don't know why I put it there. some reason that one, put it in my documents, Inventor. Part 2. Don't know why it did that. I'm just going to bring it back up into import components. And we'll just place it from there. Alright. Now I'll save that. I don't know why I put it the other place. I've never seen it do that before. And now if I right click on it and I open it, and I go to the I properties,
Huh. It doesn't have the threads that are.
no, it has real threads.
That's cool.
Never mind. It's not doing it. But now is where I'll go back in here, go to my part number, and take this part number, and fill it in there. Yes. Open. Take that part number. And if I wanted to fill in some other information, because go to description, this is a quarter -20 by 0.62, I had Phillips. So I can fill in that information here. So when I go to do my bill of material, it'll come in there. Might as well do this one here too. Properties. Quarter -20. Yeah, but it does have real cut threads on it on these models. But we're not going to see any of those, right? Because from assembly we don't show hidden lines, so it's just going to see the head. Now I need to put that in there. So constrain, insert, pick that edge there, edge there, edge, edge, edge. There they are. Okay. But now they can still rotate, right? So angle. Here's the tricky one. Go with these ones. I just don't move them. What you could do also though, is if you pick this face, you can go into that screw, go to the origin. Ah, look, plane. I can line it up by the plane. I don't actually have to pick a face of the object. I can use the planes that were created during it, or a work point, or something like that. So a lot of times, if you want to line things up centered, and you don't have something centered on them, line them up by their planes. And there we go. Now it's all locked up nice and tight.
Even the big one?
What?
Even the big one?
Yeah. I've put an angle mount before. So I'm going to save that. Alright. So go ahead and do that.